What's going on, everyone? I just got out of the theater for Avatar: The Way of Water, and there is so much to unpack. And don't worry, I'm not going to get into spoilers. If I do, I will let you know in the video, so you have plenty of time to click off. But I did enjoy the film. I really enjoyed the film, and the 3 hours felt like it flew by. I appreciate the fact that this was a movie about fathers taking care of their family, fathers doing whatever it takes to make sure their family is safe and provided for. That's something that Hollywood is missing, and man, do I appreciate that. The visuals of this film were stunning. There were times in this film that I was watching and I just totally lost what was going on because I was so involved in checking out the visuals, especially when they were in the ocean part. It was beautiful. It's something I've never seen, and I loved it. But on that note, the high frame rate is what everyone is talking about, and that messed up the movie for me. I did not see it in IMAX. I saw it in digital 3D, like digital real 3D, because I saw different reviews of some people saying the high frame rate is not as bad in the digital as it is in IMAX, but vice versa. I heard people saying vice versa, so I was like, let me just take a chance, because there were times when the action was so good, and then it went back to that, if you know what high frame rate, it looks for some like it's a soap opera, like it's smoothing, like whatever. It just, like a video game, it just looks different. And the action and everything was so good, and then it went back to that high frame rate, and for me, it took me out of the film, and I did not like that in the movie. But all in all, I really enjoyed the story, I enjoyed the movie, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again in IMAX. But now I'm gonna tell you what the plot is, so this could be potential probably will be spoilers. So if you don't wanna know, you can click off the video now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the movie takes place 13 years later, and they did a great job explaining what happened during those 13 years. Jake has a family now, he's the leader of his clan, he's teaching his kids, and there's a lot of family aspects in it, which I love. But the RDA is returning, and the reason why they're returning is because Earth is dying, and they're gonna take a portion of Pandora, and that's where they're gonna bring all the humans from Earth to live. But before they can do that, they gotta take out the most wanted Na'vi, which is Jake Sully. Now, some of the action scenes start right away with Jake and his army of Na'vi going up against the RDA. There's a pretty cool like train wreck scene that's early on in the film, that's good. But then the RDA figure out how to take the thoughts and the personalities of fallen soldiers. That's how Colonel Courage is back. They have it in a little DNA, and you see Colonel Courage before he died making a video of that, saying, hey, well, if you're watching this, I'm probably dead, but you're gonna have my memories and my thoughts, and so we're gonna hunt down Jake Sully. So they brought back all the old soldiers, put them into avatar bodies, and their #1 goal is to hunt down and bring Jake Sully to justice. So Jake has an idea where he's gonna take his family out of the forest and to the reef people, to the clans, and learn their ways. And that's where you get these awesome visuals of the ocean, of them learning and training and all this stuff like that. It's absolutely beautiful, and the 3D was wonderful. But what happens is one of Jake's daughters has a seizure, and he calls his friends that have a helicopter to come help save his daughter. And when the helicopter is brought over to their location, it's being tracked, and that's where they could find him. Now, it's not really like the RDA is going after Jake. They commandeer a whaling ship, because like half this movie's about like saving the whales, man, like whaling and things like that. And they commandeer a whaling ship, and they use that to go out to the clans, and that's when the big battle and the war. There is some seriously heavy emotions, family emotions tied to this film. I won't give any of that stuff away. And the last act, man, the last hour was fantastic. The fight scenes, the action sequence, everything I absolutely loved. And I'm curious to see what it looks like in IMAX. But all in all, I enjoyed the film. I really enjoyed it. I plan on seeing it again. I love the father aspect. I love the visuals. I hated the high frame rate. That took the movie out for me. And the soundtrack, it's like they kind of recycled the score from the first film. As we know, the composer passed away, and they brought in somebody else, so maybe they're just honoring him by reusing some of the soundtrack. My theater was packed, and there was people lining up to get into the next showing, so I think this movie's gonna be big If you saw the film, let me know. Put it in the comments section below. This is Jay, and I'm gonna get something to eat later.